Jordan, how would you kind of characterize the week as a whole?
Yeah, I felt like I got a lot out of my game. I thought, in this 3-week stretch, each week got better. I found some good clarity on what I needed to be working on, which it takes some rounds to know. I had a lot of off time, and then I played once, and then I went to Phoenix, and I just got in kind of a little bad rut. And then last week was kind of a bit of a mess in a way. So all in all, not that this week wasn't to start, but I was on the same thing the entire time. I didn't quite get my swing where I wanted it to, so my ball control was probably a C. And I really managed my game extremely well here. I putted well. I putted incredibly well inside of 10 feet, which is something I've struggled with at Riviera in particular. Not that everybody does, but it'd be hard for me to believe anybody putted better inside of 10 feet this week, and that was huge because those were par saves, those were second putts, stuff that keeps momentum going, keeps scorecards clean. And then I made a few from outside of 10. Which helped kind of the second and the fourth round. But all in all, I got to get it a little bit tighter off the tee, and kind of with iron play. I felt like my short game, wedges, that kind of stuff, and I made great strides. It was kind of C control and A putting, but I know what I need to do, and I feel like it's only going to get better.
Is the putting some of that stuff maybe you haven't seen the last couple of years that you're maybe starting to see a few more of those putts go in that did maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah, looking at my spot, like looking up, looking at the hole or my spot, seems to be a weapon that I've got back, which is really nice because I feel solid, whether it's breaking or straight, anything, in shorter range. And then that frees you up as you start to expand. So, it was really good. All 3 weeks were really good with the putter. I made a nice Cameron had me on a setup adjustment in the very couple days that weren't frozen in Dallas in between Hawaii and Phoenix. So, there's definitely some work that went into it. There was a change, and it's been really good for me. I didn't feel like I stroked it quite as well yesterday and today as I did all last week in the first 2 rounds. So, I got to stay on top of it. But, it's a big deal. It really, you start as close to the hole as you can, and everything that feels comfortable just keeps going, further and further away, all the way into the long game. So, I feel very confident. I like the stretch that's coming up. I'm glad to be going back to Bay Hill, and fortunate they, gave me a spot. I don't ever want to use an exemption again, and I was hoping to not have to use that one. But I have a good history there, and I feel like I got some momentum. So, and a good weather week in Dallas, which is nice.
What were you trying to achieve today? In a position of starting of no chance to win.
Yeah, it was. If I could finish top 10 somehow, I thought I thought it was going to be 5 or 6 under, and I wanted a clean card, which was really nice to do. Hole in one.
What hole? I'm trying to pay attention to the
Grieserman on 14. That's 2 cars, I think. Caddy and player. Anyway.
I was just curious, in this era we're in of points and swings and all the other stuff that goes on, how much players do you think are aware of rounds where every shot matters, every point matters? It always has, by the way. But
it's only the people that are in my position, really. Once you start top 50, probably don't. I know I didn't think about it until it was the last month of the season. Yeah. These events, there's a huge difference, right, in points at these events, and it was. This is a good week. This gives me a little bit of house money. I haven't felt like I've had house money since Hawaii at 24, so it's been a while. I'll take it to a comfortable stretch coming up. And again, I've got to get. I know what I need to do, and I was trying so hard to do it today, and I probably did it on maybe 10 of my swings. I just need a week at home to feel like I get it in.
Yeah. Good weather? Good weather coming up?
Good weather coming up.
Okay.
And Rory just hold a 40-yard bunker shot. Okay.
You should do this for a living.
And that's like an impossible pin, too.
What hole is
2-shotter, 12. Back left on the knob.
Jordan, just one more quick. 15th hole, can you tell me how you ended up with par on 15?
I hit 3 nice drives this week, and then today I overpeeled it, and I was right up in the lip. So I was trying to hit an 8-iron out in the fairway or just, 50 yards out in the left rough, and it came out hooking, landed on the path, and kind of came back along the path. took a drop. I got a really good break on the second shot to not be behind a tree or in the rough where I had to bounce it up or anything like that. And so I hit a great third shot that landed, a foot on and went down to 6 feet and then knocked that in. But it was, I played, like I said, I didn't have great ball control this week. And I made a lot of really good decisions. If I went back in time, I would not have hit that 8-iron out of there. I would have wedged it out. But I kind of thought I could get it a little closer and further up to get the angle to the pin. But it was, once I got in there, I was like, this is not pretty down here. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, man.